This is Dead on Archer here, and today is going to be our first episode of our new Factorio series. And this is just going to be default settings with biters are completely turned off, and I also turned off cliffs just because I find cliffs really annoying and just don't want to deal with them. So right now we're just going to collect some stone, that way we can get furnaces going up nice and easy without having to mine normal stone. We're just going to craft all that into furnaces. And our iron patches up here. I did turn on research queue also, I forgot to mention. Just that way we don't have to constantly requeue research. I figured that'd be nicer for you guys. I'm also using a few quality of life mods. It's like Afraid of the Dark, just that way it's seeable during the night for you guys without having to spam lights down everywhere in our factory. And I'm trying to remember the other quality of life mod. I'll throw the mods that I'm using down in the description. And let's just get some of that going. Oops, put a little too much in there. And let's just hit Alt, so that way we can see what we're making. In case you didn't know, that's how you do that. I don't know how you guys are to Factorio, so I'm just gonna try to explain some things which may not be completely obvious to beginners, and try not to over-explain everything, so that way people who've already played this game or know what it is don't need to feel bored from me just explaining everything. And let's just get some trees here. Wait, why did I place down a furnace here? Coal. You don't need to. Okay. Let's see. That's good enough. We're just gonna get a little infinite coal setup, because if you look at these two burner mining drills, they're just gonna feed into each other in an infinite loop. So if we put one piece of coal in, or any fuel source, they'll just infinitely feed each other until they're both full. Okay, these two are out of fuel. Let's just grab some coal. I didn't see any coal rocks around me, which kind of sucks. So let's just take this coal. And control right click will drop half a stack in the object, and control left click will drop the whole stack. So that's how I did that. And we're just gonna wanna get more mining drills up basically right now is basically all we're gonna be doing. So I'm just gonna cut back to you guys once I have basic mining drills set up everywhere. Okay, so in that time period I was able to set up, I got 3 copper mining drills, is generally what I like to start out with at the beginning. I increased our electric or burner mining drills on the coal to 8. I got 2 burner mining drills going on stone here, which are just feeding into a chest for right now, just so I can craft furnaces. And we increased our iron mining drills to 6. So now we're just gonna start getting power, I guess, and starting up the basics here. So we can get electric mining drills. Let's just clear out a little bit of an area here. So I need to figure out how I want to set up power. I think I might just have it facing the water's edge here with the boilers. So one boiler can feed 2 steam engines, is the ratio for that, in case you didn't know. Which is why we're using 2 of those. So if I just take, whoops, copy, and 1, okay, so we can do that, get rid of that. One of these offshore pumps can feed into 20 boilers. So if we just copy this until we have 20, right now we have 5. Okay, so now that I've set up everything that I basically like to set up for my power, I just blueprinted everything down, which is going to be 20 boilers, which is what one offshore pump can handle. I like to use burner inserters here because they're going to be picking up coal off this belt right here, which means that they'll just be able to feed themselves. And I'm just going to throw in a few stacks of coal into all those. So that way we can kickstart power. And I'm just going to drag a belt over here all the way down to our coal patch. So that way we can automatically feed this with a few electrical mining drills. I need to grab some more iron. So just run down here. Looks like these are starting to run out. Okay, so that little X right there is my auto deconstruct mod. It just automatically sets anything for that runs out of resources to mine for deconstruction. It's just a really simple quality of life mod. So once you get bots, it will just automatically destroy those for me. And let's craft up our 4 mining drills, I believe is what you need. And let's craft up some more belt. I also set up my hotbar when I was getting all the burner drills up, in case you didn't notice. Just so that way I wouldn't have to screw around with everything later. And let's just get these placed down. Oops, looks like I'm one short. Let's start running this belt on over. Looks like I'm a little short on belt, too. This game starts slow, but as you get going, it's a lot of... It's kind of like a strategy game, almost, I would say. Just because you have to think so much of how are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? To be able to make everything work. So we're just going to take these power poles and run them along this belt here. Until we can connect up to the power pole right there. Now everything's going to start running. We're also going to craft up a few electrical mining drills to start mining iron and stuff. I'm also going to craft up a ton of furnaces. I'm going to do some crafting really quick, and I'll cut back to you guys. Okay, everyone, I'm finished crafting, and I crafted up. In here, we have 15 electric mining drills, 25 inserters, a lab, 10 automation science packs, and 60 furnaces, just so we can start on some basic stuff, infrastructure and automation. So here I'm just going to place down a radar, just so we can start exploring the map, and this map will slowly get filled out more from this radar without me having to do any exploring. And we're also just going to chuck down our lab right next to it. We're going to throw in automation science, and we're just going to start researching automation, which is going to take 10 automation science packs, which is what I crafted. And with these, if you've already played this game, you probably know what I'm going to do on this iron. I'm just going to create a giant smelting array. And looks like this is finished. But I'm just going to start placing down all of these electric mining drills for half a belt of iron this should give me, if I remember my ratios correctly. So we'll just run belts like this. So once you get underground, so I'll just loop it around here to feed into that. Or actually, no. Once I get underground, I'll also have splitters, so I can just do one of those. So for right now, we're just gonna bring this belt up over to where I wanna do my smelting array, which is gonna be just right up in there. So we just need to craft up a ton of belt and drag it over. And there's our science being done. So we're just gonna start queuing up logistics now and electronics, because those are basic research that we're gonna want. We're gonna craft up 3 assembling machines, and I'm gonna craft up 3 more labs. And I'm just gonna show you a little basic science setup that you can do, which makes it very easy early game to just get your science production going. All it takes is 3 assembling machines, 2 chests, a few inserters, and what was I gonna say? 4 labs. So there's our gears. So 1 gear machine can feed approximately 2 of these here. So we'll just put gears, and then we're gonna get 1 extra chest down in the middle here, just for any extra gears that we get. We'll throw inserters like this. Oops, that's supposed to go through here. And we'll just get these going to labs. Looks like our last lab is still crafting. And the chest. So we're just going to run down, grab some iron. I'll connect all these really quick, actually, to the power network. And let's just drag these power poles up. And there we go, we're connected up. Let's connect all of this up. Let's throw down this lab. And the chest. So since the ratio for red science is 2 iron to 1 copper, if we just grab all of our iron here, we have a stack. So if we throw in half a stack of, or 1 stack of iron here, and let's just split it into these 2 chests, you need to put 25 copper in each of these. And once we connect this all, this will start making red science packs for us automatically. Which you can see it's crafting gears here. And those gears are gonna go into these assembling machines, which are then gonna craft science for us. Oops. Okay. Now we just need to run this belt up. Let's craft some more. I'm just gonna have to move this radar a little. But now if you look at our map, we've discovered that little area, so the radar is working. And since we don't have underground belts yet, I'm just gonna start on the furnace array up here. So this, you're gonna wanna have 24 furnaces on each side, just in a straight line. And you can count using deconstruction planner if you just mouse over it like that, and then shift and get rid of it. Won't mark anything for deconstruction. So there we had 15, and I don't remember how many I just placed. I should be counting. Okay, so we need 5 more. And there we go, that's one side. And then we can just run a belt along this side, which is going to feed it. And I'm at iron. That's why I need to get this going fast, so you can get a constant supply of iron coming in. There we go. Let's craft up some belts and a few inserters. Are we already out of iron here? Guess we are. We'll just take these gears from here and throw those in there manually. I have a blueprint for this, but I figured I'd show you guys how to do it manually. If you're okay with me using my pre-built blueprints, then I'd be happy to use them just to save time. But I didn't know if you guys would want to see me build everything on camera, like how I design everything. So let's just throw these inserters down. Whoops. And then we can just start placing power poles in. Which the pattern for these is you want to place them just so that they're perfectly powering all the inserters. Which, there we are. And we'll start to run this power pole to connect up over here. And now that logistics is done, we can start crafting our underground belts and splitter belts. And looks like it's just in time because all of these are starting to run out of ore. And let's craft 2 splitters. We're just going to throw one of the splitters right here to feed this belt. We'll just throw that extra ore in here. So now we got these underground belts, we're just gonna run it under the coal belt. And I'm out of belt. I need to start automating belts. Okay. So I think we're just gonna steal our coal from this coal belt because it seems pretty full. Granted, we're not running at our full power capacity, but we can always add more coal miners to this belt here. I just need to break that power pole for 1 second. And I'm 1 belt short. Wait, I wanna put this there. And let's get another one of these. Okay, I need to move this belt over here. I'm just gonna need to place down some stuff just so I can do my measurements on this design. Okay, yep, you wanna move this over. Place a splitter right there. Splitter right there. And run this belt down the middle like that. And this belt right here is where the coal is going to come in. And now that we're done with electronics, I'm just going to start queuing up fast inserters and steel processing. Probably won't get to that this episode because this episode's already starting to run a little long, I believe. On my end, at least. It's probably going to be quite a bit shorter for you guys. Which I'm going to try to make the next episode longer. It hopefully should be, because there won't be as much editing out parts, because it's just going to be a lot of building and infrastructure. I might also do some off-camera work on the base, like just mirroring this over to the other side to finish up everything. And let's grab some more belt, a splitter, and we're gonna run this belt over here. And normally you'd also want to send the belt this way. So let's just put that there, that way we know where it is. And I need to replace this power pole. There we go. Now that we have this splitter, you can use it. You can move that forward. Place your belt right there. We'll place it here. And we'll start sending up the coal. Let's craft one of those. Let's get a little more belt. And now we have this feeding to there. So now you can see that coal is going down one half of the belt and ore down the other half. So now these inserters can grab both ore and coal. And now we're going to have more iron than we know what to do with soon. And now I'm just going to mirror this side and do the exact same thing. All we'll have to do is increase the miner drills. But this should be a lot faster now because you won't have to wait on so much iron coming in. And in between episodes, I'll probably just build one of these for copper because it's the exact same thing. Just instead of running iron, you run copper. But now you can see you're just able to run down there and get a ton of iron. And there we go. I'll cut back to you guys when this is done. Okay, everyone. I finished up this melting array, and I just made it so it all exports out onto this middle belt here. And I connected up 15 more mining drills to be able to support the 24 more furnaces that we added to it. So now we're mining this entire patch. I know this episode had a lot of cuts, and I'm sorry about that. But I hope that in the future, or even our next episode, that it will be a lot less cuts and more me doing stuff. And I'm going to have to, this video is probably going to be a shorter one for you guys because of all that, because it's taken me about an hour to record, and I still have to edit it. So, I hope that you guys can forgive this shorter episode, but I hope that they'll be longer in the future. And that's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Remember, if you liked the video, to like, and if you really liked it, then subscribe, please. It helps me out. Thanks.